Now we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, if we refer to our analysis when the price was here, we mentioned what we have been looking for, and when there was a breakout of this line, we mentioned there is a divergence, and even if we mention and even we refer to the MACD, okay, that's why we mentioned we can look for the reversal, and even we had this line here, which is we were expecting the price to take 0.0535 before we get the reversal. Price haven't taken, but almost near to the what we were expected, and this is what we get. Okay, actually within this move, there was no good trade setup, and this is the only things we could trade within this range. And as we can see, because of these two, maybe we didn't have any trade setup. Actually, we were expecting for the breakout to get the trade setup for continuation, but what we get here, there is whatever, we have here is not a really good trade setup. Okay, we were expecting to get the sharp move with the flag. The only way was to trade based on 15 minutes, unless we consider this one as a flat 1 2 3. But this is what we get here. I don't know whether traders they could manage to get the trade or not. And as we can see here, even if you move to 1 hour chart, as I said, the way was moving really corrective. All right, we didn't have a really good trade setup, and even if we move to 15 minutes, the only way was if we wanted to trade any sharp move with a small flag, we could correction we look for buy. But as we can see, every time the price break the previous stop, start to manage drop. Okay, the conclusion is we didn't have a really good trade setup unless we consider this one as a flat. All right, now what's the next? Beside that, as I conclude, what we were expected we get, but we didn't have really good trade setup. And the another option was to have entry above this and here, which was 0.0578, and it was have entry. At the 0.0578 right now, they should be in the trade, and they should move the stop loss to break even. And the another opportunity having a entry above the stop, which is 0.059. Okay, if traders they want to put the entry above that, because from what we can see the price is moving, they can. But what we need to know that what we want price tag, tag break and continue. If the price tag within 1 or 2 hours is not moving, we take out the trade. We don't stay with the trade. And anyone is in the trade from here, they should move their stop loss to break even right now, or at least they watch and they manage it. Okay, and okay, now we want to see what's the next and how we can trade it. Again, whatever we expected here is happened, but we didn't have really good trade setup. And from what we can see, the way is moving is really corrective, and what we're expecting to get there really sharp move with the correction. Anyway, now we move to higher time frame and see how we can trade it. Okay, we have been within this move. Now we're within this correction. Based on daily chart, we can see we had this move. Now we're within this. Whether this correction can continue break this top or not, or we can expect to have a bigger correction. Okay, if we move to forward chart, all right. Based on forward chart, we have been looking to put this one in relative to this. Okay, and now we can see the price almost drop to the trend line, and now we want to see whether this one can continue and break the top or not, or this one can turn to another corrective for one more drop. Okay, sorry, I think here I should point on this, because whenever I mentioned we were putting this one in relative to this, not this one. I think I'm making a mistake. Okay. Okay, well, what we have been looking for to put this one in relative to this. And now we get this up move. All right, now what we are expecting the price to break this one and continue. Okay, can this one move a bit higher for one more drop? Exactly similar to what we get here. It can happen, because right now we want to see after a few hours how sharp this one can go. If it's moving, in terms of the corrective, this one can give us one more drop. But right now we don't have any confirmation. And as long as the price haven't broke this top or this low, whether we put it here or this, mostly we should look for the top and the low. We consider whatever is happening here is within the correction. Okay, and this correction is relative to this. And what we want breakout and continuation. But what I have here, how about this one? If turn to a bigger correction, even this one can break the top for one more drop. We are not interested to get this, but we should know about this, that if there is any continuation and the price broke the top, but we see it's not moving, we should know maybe this one can give us one more. Okay, by the way, if we get any buy opportunity within this range, we take it. But when the price come to the top, we should know that if it's not moving, we start to manage. The top is 0.063. Okay, rather than that, we have nothing else. Only right now what we have is a breakout of this trend line. Okay, now we want to see how we can trade based on 1 hour chart. As we explained, the another option is whether right now we are within the in trade within the having entry above this, which is 0.057. The next option, if there is a continuation, whether to have entry at a 0.059, or we wait for the breakout with a sharp move with a flag or small correction, we look for next trade with the breakout of this top. Rather than that, we don't have any other option. Okay, in this case, we just follow the chart. We see what's the next. If I see any update or any trade setup, then I will share. But right now, what we need to see, if there is a no continuation, maybe the price can give us one more drop, as I explained based on 4 hour chart. Okay, and rather than that, we don't have anything else to talk about for trade. The only thing is we need to watch out this, because as we can see, we broke the trend line, but right now what we want for continuation. Okay, and as I explained based on 1 hour chart, if there is the best things, if you want to look for buy, we wait for the breakout, we get the correction, then any buy from there we can take it. Rather than that, we have no other option. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. And if anyone wants to look for sell after the breakout, if they get any sharp with the flag, they can sell to the trend line. Okay, anyway, if I see any update, I will share. Thanks.